Welcome to the 2014 induction ceremony of the LeRoy Oatka Knights Sports Hall of Fame. Thank you for coming. We hope to present a very interesting and inspirational presentation for you. I'm Reid Whiting of the Hall of Fame Board. The Hall of Fame is a bona fide charitable organization approved and recognized by the IRS. Before we get started with our program, there are a couple of special guests I want to recognize. From the 2012 class of the Hall of Fame, our inaugural class, we have in attendance today Ed Mills. Hey. Tim McCulley, who's up on the dais. Also in attendance are Ron and Jean Pangrazio, parents of Bert Pangrazio. And also the mother of Al Tomedy, Eileen Tomedy. I apologize if I failed to see anyone else who is from the class. I tried to get around before the presentation, but I'm sure I may have missed someone. There are also a couple of members of the 43 football team that were inducted in 2012 who were unable to attend. Their quarterback, Donald Pinky Snyder. Mr. Snyder, if you want to stand up. We have a plaque and certificate for you if you want to see Coach Moran right here. I also want to mention Pete Rossi, who is a lineman on the 43 team. He was unable to attend in 2012. He had all intentions of coming today, but he's having a little health difficulty right now, so Pete is unable to attend. We also want to make special mention of those team members in the 63 basketball team and 66 football team who are deceased. From the 63 basketball team, David Orlando. He is represented here today by my friend and former neighbor, his sister, Deb Orlando. Deb, if you want to stand up. And from the 66 football team, Robert Parker, who of course was also a stalwart basketball player. Joe Herron, who served the nation for many years as a distinguished member of our foreign service team. Eric Gales, who was a fine track performer. Eric Bald, who turned into one of the best basketball players in LeRoy history. And Dennis Ryan, who served our nation so honorably in Vietnam. I want to express my gratitude to many entities and individuals. I want to thank the Board of Education for allowing us the use of this fine facility, as well as the administration of the LeRoy High School. I personally want to recognize members of the Hall of Fame Board who contributed so much to this ceremony. First, Mike Welch. Mike, stand up if you would, please. Mike performed extensive historical research to provide the excellent narratives that Mr. Funky will so professionally deliver, and he also did extensive publicity and advertising for this event. Steve Samus. Steve, you can stand up. Steve was instrumental in our publicity efforts for the event, as well as publishing of all notices and programs. Brian Moran. Brian made all the arrangements for the use of the facilities and for the video presentation. Jim Rogers. Jim, stand up. Jim has spearheaded this effort from 3 years ago to now. He's been a prime fundraiser for the group, and he has supervised all facets of this ceremony with great enthusiasm and zeal. I guess that's not a surprise to us. Ed Henry. Ed, stand up, please. Ed has brought his award-winning talents to our organization in forming our excellent website, and he's also videotaping today's ceremony, which you can view on our website. Claude Wright of C.H. Wright and Wright Beverages, who underwrote this event. We appreciate his contribution. Barbie Martin, who always Barbie Martin, who did her usual excellent job catering the reception. Nate Ryder, our dutiful daily news sports reporter, who helps us so much with research and with writing fine articles on behalf of our organization. Let's pay our respects now to the two fine men who passed away since our last gathering. First, James M. Pat McGrath, member of the inaugural Hall of Fame class of 2012, who is, of course, one of our finest all-around high school athletes, a multiple club champion at LeRoy Country Club, devoted father and husband, and most importantly, a delightful and mischievous personality. Kermit Arrington, who in July 2012, on the spur of the moment, so capably filled in as spokesman for the 43 football team when Mr. Snyder was unable to attend because of health issues. Kermit, of course, was a lineman at 43, and then he made the difficult switch to quarterback at 44. I don't recall anyone being able to do that switch with such aplomb. Kermit, of course, was a town team member for many years, a high school sports official, DPW superintendent, longtime judge, beloved friend of many, brother to many siblings. Let's have a moment of silence for Pat and Kermit. Thank you. We have a great program today. We have the good fortune to have Rich Funky grace our presence again. Did an unbelievable job for us in 2012, and I'm sure he's going to duplicate that effort today. Rich was a fine high school athlete at Pembroke. He was a longtime sportscaster for Channel 10. He topped off his fine broadcasting career as news anchor for Channel 10. And now he's turning his talents to public service as a candidate for New York State Senate. On a personal note, I just want to say that I'm cousin to two of LeRoy's all-time manly men, Tim McCulley and Terry McCulley. Tim was my hero growing up. Fortunately for all three of us, we were separated by at least a decade in time, particularly for disciplinary reasons. At the age of 8, I was fortunate enough to attend all of Tim's games, and while I was unable to appreciate Tim's unbelievable skills and those of Rod Gilmore and the other great players around them, I did go to the games, did enjoy them. I can still recall all of their names, and I just had to write them all down a few minutes ago. At age 10, I got to see the home games of the 1965 team led by Coach Raymond Jamokowski. They were bone crunchers that stand out as one of LeRoy's all-time top teams. At age 11, I witnessed most of the games of the 66 team, led by the fiery quarterbacking of Jim Rogers, the Jim Brown style running of Dave Kibler, the outstanding line play on both sides of the ball, the backfield marauding of Barney Parker, and the vicious hits delivered by Mark Robinson, Brian Penapeno, and others. And of course, that team was led by none other than our closer, Coach Don Santini. He could still pump up the crowd. We hope you enjoy the presentation. Team members, as you're introduced, please come to this side of the stage where Coach Moran will present you with a plaque and certificate. I hope this ceremony rekindles the joy and pride that these athletes bestowed upon us so many years ago. Thank you.